Ow! Hey everybody. Hey everybody. How are you? Hey Asterbait. I didn't talk to you guys for a long time. Ow! Does that work? Asterbait. Hey, what's the deal? What's the deal with your dog? Yeah, she okay? And everything? It's not easy being an animal. September is over, but gift sub discounts are still here. What's up, guys? Puppet Master. Alright. Pawnda Arena, in honor of the Pawnda. What's up? We have good news. Yeah. The good player is always lucky. Nobody's always lucky. I can tell you right now, man. I'm usually not. Must be really bad. I'm rarely lucky, so I must not be a good player, according to Capablanca. Speak English, man. Damn, dude, you're what is that? What is the sentence you put in there? Welcome, everybody. We're hosting Pawnda Rapid, so it's 15 plus 0. You can berserk. It's casual arena. Check it out, Wendy. Oh, I got a request to join the team already. Troll or not troll? Oh, Mennonite. Mennonite, are you rejoining again? Or maybe you never joined. The shelter opens at 11. Alright. Hey, everybody. Didn't this happen before? Didn't this happen before, Asterbait, that your dog jumped over the wall? I mean, it seems like I'm having, like, deja vu. Gonna have to put some weights on her or something. Maybe you should tie little weights on her legs so it's not so easy to jump over. Alright. Sparkle Horse, reduce and reuse. Mennonite. Guinea pigs jump too. Alright. I was going to put my guinea pigs on the stream today, but I decided not to. One day we'll do guinea pig. Guinea pig rapid chess. I think if I put the guinea pigs on, we'll probably get more viewers. But probably not. I'd have to do it on the long term. Alright. Mr. Coffee, welcome. Guys, we've got Pawnda Rapid Arena. Sorry about the Simon on Sunday. I just was tired, and it's been a while since we had to deal with, like, very bad trolls, and I just became very couldn't deal with the anger. It's hard to do stuff when you're tired, so I was tired on Sunday. I didn't deal with the trolling real well, but that's alright. You know, we all have our bad days. Today's a better day. I'm tired again, but for different reasons. Didn't sleep well last night. Alright, we've got Sparkle Horse, Reduce, Mennonite, Aspie, Guga. Just 5 players thus far. We have 11 minutes to go. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 577.66. That's how much you guys can donate. We've got Oh, we got a charter flight. Did I mention that? Charter flight is on for the 16th of November. So travel arrangements are in place for the World Senior, completely in place. So our last $500 or so will go to paying off the second installment of my accommodation. And we're off in 4 weeks. What is it? 4 weeks? Let me see here. We're leaving on the 16th of November, so I've got 1, 2, 3. No, it's 4.5. 4.5 weeks till World Senior in Portugal. 4.5 weeks. Clap. Okay, guys, please donate and support the stream. Astrobate, try to give some subs to non-trolls as well. No, you guys keep hitting the trolls. I was also kind of contemplating changing the time control for the simuls. Mr. Coffee, what do you think? If I changed it to 10 minutes plus 60 increment instead of 15 plus 40, it would help me, but would it really extend the simul a lot? 60 instead of 40 seconds per move if I change the increment? Maybe it would extend the simul too much. I'm thinking with 60-second increments, I would definitely not like flag on all boards like I'm doing. When I get in bad time pressure. I mean, most people aren't even using most of their time, so I don't think like cutting the 15 to 10 minutes would be a problem, but I could maybe try just adding another 10 seconds, make it like 10 plus 50 or something like that. There are a few people who actually use their base time, but with the extra money, yeah, like 110 minutes for an 80 move game. Okay, so a 60 move game for a 60 move game. Oof. Okay, well that's okay. 110 minutes, but you're not counting in the extra time. You're not even counting in my extra time. You're not counting in my extra time, which is like 2 hours. Alright. We've got 8 players. Sparkle Horse, Reduce, Zen Chess. Reduce is higher rated than Zen Chess. Mennonite, EDF, Astrobate, Deep Wolverine, and Goga. Goga Fett. Is it time to start yet? We have 7 minutes. So add 120 minutes to all that. I got another phishing email today. The exact same email I got before, but a different name.
They're eating the pets, folks. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets, folks. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets, folks. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating.
Did you see that, Mr. Coffee? Adam's cats. You know, did you see that, Mr. Coffee? They want to Pennsylvania senators, state senators. There's a big scandal because these Republican state senators in Pennsylvania want to like make it harder for, or make it more complicated, and discount like people living abroad from voting. Like apparently Pennsylvania is the only state where it could be an issue, but a lot of retired military and active military are like, you know, freaking out about it. Like if my vote, you know, like if I was voting in Pennsylvania, it would be an issue. Yeah, that's crazy. Looks like there's a lot of blowback about it, though. I know you wanted me to, like, vote in Pennsylvania. Alright, so, yeah, I mean, there's really no sense in me voting since I last lived in Massachusetts. Yeah, the system is stupid. The Electoral College is just retarded. It's a retarded system. It doesn't make any sense. Baja Cali retirees. You got a nice win against the GM. Zen Chess. Become a subscriber, and you can submit it for Thursday stream. And welcome, by the way. Thanks for joining our tournament, our little soiree here. All right, Pawnda Rapid Arena. Deep breath. I can't open the windows because of a mosquito. And bats. Did I tell you guys I had a bat when we first moved back? Bats are us. All right. 4 minutes to go. Worthy. It's definitely, wow. Any win against the GM is worthy. They're eating the pets. God, guys, it's 3 weeks until... What do we got now? Like 3 weeks until the presidential election. That's scary. I had a bat fly in my bedroom and spin around like he was possessed, like the Exorcist. He was flying around the room and then landed on the floor, crash landed, and then fortunately went back up. This was like a month ago when I first moved back. It was really weird. They live in the park across the street. You can see them flying around at night. I was lucky. I was lucky. I mean, I had to like open. I had this like cover of the window. I had to open the cover of the window so he could get out because they're blind. And he just uses sonar. He just kind of got luck. I got lucky and I got him out. Not a big bat. He was a small bat. I specialize in baseball bats, but I don't do normal bats, too much. So what do we got here? Sparkle Horse, Redusa, Trip Chance, Zen Chess, Sumaker. Nice to see you guys. Mennonite. Eddie, I'm going to call you Eddie because it's just impossible to pronounce that name. And Astrobate, Deep Wolverine, and someone else. Goga. There's always a chance that someone won't actually be here when the game starts. So please withdraw, guys, if you're not going to play. The bat will go insane. Well, I didn't want him to go insane, I felt bad for him, but you're a veterinarian. Alright. Withdraw. I'm hovering over the withdrawal button. What's up, guys? Vote early. No sense in voting if you don't live in a swing state. Sadly. But the Republicans will never agree unless the Democrats win like the presidential election in both houses of Congress. I don't think the Republicans will ever agree to get rid of the Electoral College. Unfortunately, you live in a swing state, and Mr. Coffee lives in a swing state. Yeah, we're just talking about Pennsylvania, and they could, if I was to live in Pennsylvania before, and I lived here now, and I sent in a vote, they want to make it harder for people living overseas, claiming that there's all kinds of porous problems with overseas voting from certain states like Pennsylvania doesn't check, but apparently Pennsylvania is the one that has the least checks or something. You're a mail carrier. Oh. God. Alright. Let's go, guys. Especially in my younger years, the beauty of chess had priority for me, Marty. What was the character in The Joker Robert De Niro played? I was very repressed as a Joker. No, alright, let's get started. Oh! Oops. I dropped out. Dr. Chipchance, are you in? No? Is anybody in? Reduce in? Sexy in? Is anybody playing? Oh, there you go. It takes forever for those games to start. Here's a quick, why does it take so long? It's the 21st century. Shouldn't these pairings, like, boom, automatically? Why is there like a 5-second delay between the timer going off, the tournament starting, and the pairings happening and the boards popping up? Does anybody understand why the delay is so great? Oh no, Sack Draw wasn't here? Sack Draw wasn't here? It's a strategic move on my part. I don't want to play a strong player in the first game, is why I dropped out. I haven't played a single game today, and I was doing some puzzles and I was really doing badly. So, I don't think I'm going to play well if I have to play one of the players over 2200. I'm not warmed up, you know, and I don't like that about arenas, that we have to play one of the stronger players immediately. I want to play one of the medium or lower players first, get warmed up, and then I'll be like ready to play. But it's a completely legitimate move. So I don't understand. Sack Draw forfeit in. I don't understand. Sack Draw wasn't even in the list. I mean, well, it wasn't against you personally. I didn't even pay attention to who was on the list. I just didn't want to play right away until everybody else started. I'm literally not warmed up at all, and I got like five endgame puzzles wrong. They were hard endgame puzzles, but I got like 4 out of 5 wrong, which I never do. I'm gonna rejoin now. I'll probably end up playing you anyway. No, you already got another opponent. Alright, let's try to remember to berserk. Do you guys notice anything different? You get 2 political flyers every damn day. Sack Draw, what happened? Why did you like forfeit? Is he still here? I didn't forfeit. I just sat out. But forfeiting is bad form. We don't want to be doing that and giving anybody free points, Sack Draw. Not playing is one thing, but please don't forfeit. And if you guys are going to withdraw, then withdraw. Don't just like leave the room. Maybe he just left and came back, and he probably went to the bathroom and like forgot the tournament was starting or something. All right. But anyway, we got 13 players. Let's check out one of these games here. The top game. Oh yeah, where's Zen Chess? Here's a good game. Zenchus is playing the Marazzi with white. Marazzi? Which variation? I think we have another request to join the team. Vijovor from India. You guys seen the news how big a scandal it is now between Canada and India? I mean, it's getting really... India is accused of being behind the assassination of Sikh separatists. They're dissing Canada now. How dare you accuse us of obvious crimes that we committed? Well, alright, it's not your fault. Anyway, I just like to try to... I just try to stay up on current events. Here we go. Mennonite in first place. Who has scandals with Canada? You can't... Alright. Uh-oh, knight b6 happened. Yeah, Deep Wolverine is not the same player who played me in the simul yesterday. Very strange. Don't let me forget to berserk. I shouldn't have withdrawn. Yeah. In the past, there's been like more players. I mean, we shouldn't have withdrawn. I finally get white against Schumacher. We haven't had too many whites lately. No, I don't remember what you did last time. This move. This move. This move. This move. Oh no, my board isn't loading. Oh no. I'm on the wrong board. Oh no, I have more than one board. Alright, I need to close one of them. Does that work? I closed the wrong one. Let's guess. Well, that was a good waste of time. I wasted a lot of time there. Yeah, we had this once before. I think I played 95. Oh no. Alright. I'm going to try something a little bit crazy here. I'm not going to beat anybody closing my eyes. I'm not even that good at blindfold chess. And I don't practice. But Schumacher is just playing bullet. Why so bullet? Bishop takes c4. 85. Damn. I have no idea what's going on here. You slipped down and forgot to join the tournament. Yeah. I thought it said sorry, mouse. I slipped. He forgot he joined the tournament. Your dementia is getting like mine. I don't know. Schumacher seems to be playing bullet chess. But why? Wow, dude. What is he doing? Now e6? Well. I'm sure e6 is my best move. $20.86 in bullet. Oh no. Chuck. What's the material? Material is even. How's your development? Are you sure this was the Caro Kann? Does this look like a Caro Kann? I should change the board. No, it's okay now. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Why do I need to even capture? Why not? How's your castling coming along? How are your castling plans? Oh, trading queens. Mm-hmm. No, just kidding. I was just messing around with you guys. Alright. I don't know why Schumacher is playing hyper bullet chess in a time control like this. You know what? It's like people don't listen. Why? I guess I shouldn't even care anymore. It's just, why do I even care anymore if people listen to what I say? Why the heck would I even care at this point? Mm-hmm. What could possibly go wrong here? Jeez. This doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. I think he's drinking. I suspect he's drinking something. Look at this. Now, how do you defend against those? You have a defense? Well, that's awkward. That's awkward. What are you drinking, bro? Oh, he has that. That's unfortunate. He resigned. Alright. Well, you saved time losing that game. Dark. Oh. Alright, glasses. Time for glasses. Dartmoor. Dat Morton place. Alright, no relation to Dartmoor. There's another story about Dartmoor. Richard Breton is here. Mennonite in first place. Reduce and reuse in second. I'm in third. Sax sector. It's too early to be caring about the standings of this such an arena. I don't know, man. Schumacher is in massive bullet mode. Oh no. That's that draw. Oh no. He's gonna berserk, I'll berserk. If he doesn't berserk, I probably wouldn't berserk either. Alright. What am I playing? Oh. You do like, you're gonna do some positional stuff? Okay. What opening is this? What opening is this? I don't even know. It's Marazzi. You're an E4 player. Wow, that's convenient. You're like that Chinese guy the other day. Oh, and you even play Knight C2 in this line. Wow. Quite a D4 player. Does that, right? This is a different story now. Normally white doesn't allow the doubled pawns. If you can get a queen, no problem. I mean, this is a weird time control. Everybody's like used to playing bullet chess. You can't ask people to adapt to this time control that easily, I guess. See, the problem is online tournaments, everyone's afraid of cheating. But here in the team, nobody cheats, right? So it's not an issue. F4. Wait. Okay. I'm going here. I had an idea. You'll beating me. You will beat me with your closing statement. All right. Guys, tell me some stories or something. Now I understand why streamers... A lot of streamers play music on their streams. Because they have nothing to say. And, that's fine, but... Never been my goal. You know, I mean, I try to be instructive. So even when we're playing competitive games like this, I like to constantly give some commentary on the games. No, Sexec draw, he kind of played that move quickly. Normally white plays bishop d2 and prevents the doubling of pawns at c3. Rook f3 is is a very strange. It's a very strange move. It looks like a trap. Trap. Trappy, trappy. Threatening bishop d4. You are threatening bishop d4. Bishop g4, bishop d4. It's like a... crazy. It's cheap shot. Move. But, no. Cheap shots are just that. Alexander Ivanov did this against me. This tournament, the only tournament I've ever played at the Manhattan Chess Club. The now defunct, long defunct Manhattan Chess Club. You have to, well, you're not obligated to play the whole tournament. Nobody's obligated. E5. Sensible. A sensible freaking decision. But I anticipated that long ago. So obviously, I mean, bishop g4 develops with tempo. But on the other hand, is that necessarily the best move? I like the idea of trading pieces. I have bishop g4, rook g3, chop chop, chop chop, knight e4, and then I'm like, I really should get my king to a safe position. Anyway, alright. White should be losing, clear pawn down. He's just one pawn down. He could be down 2 pawns pretty quickly. But if I get my knight on e4, just a question. I wonder, is it worth like considering? Well, this is, I can't assume he's going to play rook g3. That would be my first reaction, but yeah, that's not necessarily going to happen. Oh! Oh no. Pawn takes d6. Wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Well, I have all sorts of options. Knight e4 looks pretty nasty. But my knight is hanging. So it's really a question of bishop takes f3. Bishop takes f3, bishop takes c5, bishop takes e2, queen takes e2. Even that is probably just winning for me. No, but bishop takes d7 check. Still is probably winning for me. A little messy. Also possible is knight e4. My knight is hanging. This is important. Important. No, like originally, one of my ideas was pinning on the D file. Clearly, black has some threats of things. Ding, ding, ding. Masturbate, good game from NetEye. Guys, only 11 viewers. Well, that's not going to cut it. We need at least 20 viewers, or I'm shutting down the stream. Saxo Draw has tipped 668. Taking us up to 1929.02. 668 as opposed to 666. D7 check. Alright, so when the smoke clears, I'm not going to play King D8. I mean, that's just insane. Unless I was winning a large amount of material. So at this point, I'm up a pawn with a better structure. I have funny moves like Knight B4. Knight B4, haha. That's a little too funky for me, man. We're not going to be doing Knight B4. I can assure you that's not happening. The moves just keep coming. This is a weird move. Probably not good. I need to get my king out of the center. Seriously. King, get out of the center. Ooh, now I have Knight B4 though. That's not a joke anymore. Takes, check. Still dangerous. Yeah, I think I'm going to castle. Rather than win the exchange, I'm going to castle. My God, dude. The thing about Saxo Draw is he's so fast. He never thinks too long on one move. They're all said and done, I'm only up that one pawn that I started with. What? Did I miss something? Alright. I thought you had some sort of tactic. Just took the pawn on a7. You prefer to play white. Most people do. Okay, that was a strange blunder by Saxo Draw. Where's Nedog? He was like, I'll play. Nedog must be at work. Nedog, where are you? Thanks to those of you who are subscribers. But anyway, just thanks to everybody for tuning in on International Wildebeest Day. You're cooking. Yeah, we had Cooking Rooks. One of our former viewers. He hasn't been around in a long time. Cooking Rooks. This tournament has only gone on for half an hour. It seems like an hour. Okay, Chessman 5766. I got no read on you. Oh, I meant to berserk. You didn't berserk. You threw me off. It's your fault. I meant to berserk. Now we got a long game. Cheese Man. You thought you had a rook on a3. I thought you had some kind of fork. You might have had some kind of fork. I don't know. This could transpose to something else. Bishop b3 is a good move to play in that spot. I don't know anything about Chess Man. Right. So now it's like I had this weird thing I used to do. Knight e5. Actually, Liechtenstein would sometimes play this way with black. With the early bishop d7. This is a what's his name? Not Karaklaj, Kuprejcik variation, but Stein used to play classical Sicilians with bishop d7 a lot. I can still transpose to a dragon. It's like a accelerated version of the normal dragon. But we can still play it with e6 as well. So sacking the exchange here is probably premature. But castle's kingside. Maybe not that great either. If g6, well, we'll transpose back into an accelerated dragon or something. I don't have to play g6. Hey, friends. I got my desk back to the way it used to be at my other apartment. I had it lower, and you can adjust it, but it was driving me crazy because it was too low to like lean on it, and I really rely on like leaning on the table when I'm playing. Yeah, so now this move transposes back into normal dragon-like scenario here. Second exchange is kind of premature, but it still deserves to be considered. So what am I doing on bishop g7, f4, knight c4, take, e5. You know, this I'm not that crazy about. Rook takes c3. Yeah, I guess I'm going to do it. I just don't really like any of my other options. It's a defensive. This is a defensive move. I mean, otherwise, like, his rolling center with e45 is just too dangerous. You know, I don't really know how to evaluate this position, but I think that black should be okay, probably. I'm not saying black is better, and I might be worse. But if I don't do rook takes c3, if I just make the routine move there, the problem is, like, bishop g7, f4. And, you know, knight c4 is fine, but I lose control of e5, and so it's like takes, e5, and I need a good move now. And what is that good move? Only I have knight h5, you know, out to the side of the board. Maybe I could sack the exchange. A delayed sack, so f4. Let's see, bishop g7, f4. Rook takes c3, b takes c3. No, still I have nowhere to go with my knight, you know. Well, this is like the most, okay, this is our position, the most epic and classical exchange sacrifice in the Sicilian, or in chess maybe. But, you know, a lot of people get carried away with this type of exchange sack, like it's always good. And the truth is that it's not always good. And what was my plan now? Yeah, I think I was having a little bit of a hallucination here. This looks worse than I thought. Oh, I have bishop h6. Not sure it does anything, though, objectively. Let's see. Bishop h6, pawn takes e5, bishop takes e3, check. It's worth considering bishop there. The other possibility is, well, obviously just going back to c6. But I think the whole thing is further proof that my conception is kind of dubious. I mean, problem for my position is that I'm behind in development. It would be fine if I wasn't behind in development. What the hell is that? What the hell is he doing? No, I can take with a knight. He missed knight takes. He got excited and missed knight takes. Don't forget to check your Halloween candy this October 31st. When you get your candy in the basket or whatever, you know, in your bag, take it home to mom and make sure it doesn't have any poison in it. He got excited there. He thought I had king f7, pawn takes check. But I never even worried about that move. White is just completely lost now. That's very lucky, because I think I was in trouble, you know, honestly. Let's say bishop h6, queen e2. It's really not like, I don't feel like I have enough compensation, or had enough compensation for the sacrificed exchange there. Alright. But now I do. Okay, let's not take this for granted. We're up 2 pieces for a rook. I have a bishop and a knight for a rook. And I also have a pretty good pawn structure with 3 islands against 3 islands, but his islands are, you know, half of them are Isolani. So his structure is very bad. Everything's defended on the white side. I mean, I don't have to stay. What are we at? Okay. The threat of f5. Yeah, f5 looks kind of legit. We got tons of time, but I really need the time for the arena. Anyway, King h8. King h8 is worth considering. I'm pinning my knight. They're eating the pets. The other moves I consider Queen c8, e6, Bishop g7. Chessman 5766. We've only played once before. Okay, he mostly plays blitz. So his blitz is a much more accurate measure of his strength. The rapid's very high. Oh, my master. Come on, guys. 4.5 weeks to the World Senior. Thanks to the donation from Sack Draw. I was wondering about the significance of 668. Wait, where's your friend Nedog? He played f5. Now, I was planning on playing 95, but let's just make sure he doesn't have any, like, queen sack or something. That's pretty scary, dude. Seriously. Alright, let's trade this first. Maybe I can win. I can just win the pawn on f5 now. Oh no, he has rook takes e5, another tactic. My god. Tactic. He's the tactic master. So, knight e5, rook e5, pawn e5, queen c5, pawn takes d4, and I'm still up a piece. But black's position is a bit of a fly-by-night operation there. Queen d4 check, rook f6. Hello? He's going to be down a bishop if he does this combo. I just don't think he can afford to go down a bishop. Rook e5, pawn e5, queen d4, pawn takes d4, queen takes d4 check, rook f6. Maybe he has a move there. I don't have to play rook f6. I can just play king g8. And then he checks me again. And I go to like g7. He checks me again. There's some... could be some issues here. Shit. Man, it was a big mistake. Gypsy, what happened? You donated $15. World Senior contribution. We got 4.5 weeks. And I've got no over the board chess under my belt since July, so I'm going to be a little bit out of practice. I needed to calculate here further than I did. It's a bit of a problem. I'm gonna have to try to win like a rook ending, probably. So 95 was a big mistake, but I might still be better. He's thinking an enormous amount here. But I meant to berserk. This time control is quite long if you don't berserk. So World Senior, thanks for the donation from Gypsy9999. we've got 4.5 weeks left. The goal, the subscriber, the donation goal is 2,500. We're getting close. So we got deep calculations from Chessman. Yeah, there's a movie like you don't think about too much. And now the question: do I play Rook F6 or King G8? Well, I mean, what's the point in like pinning myself? I really don't see, I mean, this is sort of stupid to pin myself. So, at this point, I've screwed it up. Yeah, berserking with an increment is really bad. That's why I don't put an increment. It's sort of stupid to have berserking and increment tournaments. Now I have e6. Damn. That could really mess him up. He should have played rook d1. Because e6, pawn takes pawn. Oof. He's like lost after e6. Oh man. There's no substitute for calculation. Yeah. No, I mean he has to play rook d1. And I missed this originally. Then I saw it and I realized, okay, I'm going to have to play a rook endgame with a slightly better structure. Probably it would be a draw. But now I have e6. Which has to be a big problem for white. This was not expected. So if he takes, I have different moves. I could play queen b6 check. That might not be good enough because of king h2. But I think like simply rook takes rook check, king takes, and queen f6 check, followed by taking on e6 should be enough for black to win. Although I could lose my queenside pawns, maybe it's not so easy. The other thing is if I play queen b6 check, he also has queen d4. That's not a problem. Queen b6 check, king h2. Yeah, unfortunately, queen c7 doesn't really do much. So, I mean, I think I'm definitely taking and playing queen f6 here. But my play in this game was very, very inconsistent. The original exchange sack was probably unsound, and then I went into this 95 thing without fully calculating it. So it's very likely I made at least 2 serious mistakes in this game. I'm lucky if I'm still winning after those. Now, is there anything tricky here? Like, no. think this should be winning. It's likely he can't avoid an exchange of queens, and the endgame should be winning for me. There's very little value to his isolated pawns on the queen side. You know, there's like 3 pawns, the C pawn, and the A pawn, versus say like 1 B pawn is almost like having no extra pawns. He might as well just resign. Not a perfect game. But Gypsy9999, thank you. I'm very sorry we don't have nephew dog, Netog here today. Net your dog. Okay, so which way do we want to do this? My idea was to trade queens. I have the right color rook pawn. You never know, you might have something better. Let's see. Check, check. No. There should be more than a way to skin the ancient Chinese cat here. We are just up. We're just up a bishop. I mean, this is winning. Let's check it out. We should be able to win it. Actually, you know, he could just drop one of these pawns instantaneously. But I should centralize my king first off. It's not so important to win his pawns right away. These pawns don't really matter. I mean, that's the thing. So there's no sense of wasting time here with like bishop. I mean, maybe bishop e6, but I should really get my king up into the game. Need to sell some more drugs first. Oh no, Pharma Bros. Oh, you mean like drugs? Like illegal drugs? Oh. Legal drugs or illegal drugs? Okay, don't. No ask, no tell. Alright, that's gonna fix the pawns on the wrong color. Now he's got 4 out of 5 moms on the white squares. You're not going anywhere. See how like the dark square pawns? Just go here and pick up some kingside pawns. Alright, they're all gonna go. Analysis board, like a quick look at that game. How bad was I after rook takes c3? Oof, I'm losing. Bishop g7 was best. So this was a serious mistake. And I got really lucky, you know, there. He turned the favor. And then 95, that was my second blunder. Again, he's okay. So if he plays rook d1 now, you know, this is the question. I got to lose a piece back. Can I beat him in this rook game? I shouldn't be able to. It should be a draw. Reduce and reuse is in first place. I'm in second, Mennonite in third. Trip chance, maybe taking a break. He's still there. Sack draw. Net-eye got a win. Nefidab is here. Deep Wolverine with a win. Jeroen just arrived. Chessman, we played. Schumacher is hitting the Brachia. Zenchess is out after losing 2 games. What? Wow. Zenchess lost 2 games and out. Goga didn't actually play. And Asterbate is 0 for 5. I'd buy them. Alright. Yeah, when people say they're selling drugs, I'm like, oh, okay. Are you like a farmer bro or just like a street dealer? What's the difference between the Sackler family and your average, you know, heroin dealer or something like that? Just legal status. What are we going to do? Right? All right. Meningitis. All right, Berserk. Don't let me forget to Berserk. This 15 minutes is too long. For our purposes here. I like to play longer games, and I like longer time controls. But for this purpose, I don't like doing 50 minutes. It's only 3 hours. If you play 30-minute games, you know, you got 180 minutes, so do the math. That's max 6 games. Alright. Let's do, you know, our old reliable. Yesterday I had a game, not yesterday, but before yesterday. Same variation. Nah, the move order? I don't remember, actually. Okay, this is what I used to play, and I actually, I still do. Well, I rarely play the Caro-Kann, but sometimes by transposition, I get these positions out of, let's say, different opening move orders. That's technically a mistake, but a very minor one, you know. You won't see a lot of top games around where black plays knight c6, knight f6, and e6. It's supposed to be an inaccuracy. The question is, how bad is it? It may not be that bad. I remember this tournament I played last year. Yeah, the guy did exactly pretty much the same thing. It was some Indian 2200, and he was worse, but it wasn't against me. I was just watching this game in another tournament like adjacent to mine. Yeah, the guy did 94. This is probably like your best shot. All right, now I can play bishop e5. This is the problem. 97. This is kind of why it's frowned upon to do knight c6 and e6 early in these Panovs. I I have like Nimzovich and control of e5. Now the question is, should I take the knight on c6? Kind of feels like maybe I shouldn't even bother, you know, because your bishop can even come out to a6. On the other hand, if it does that, maybe we could argue that it's a ghost piece. We argue for ghost piece. A lot of people are real excited to put their bishop out on a6 in these type of Panovs. But I play both sides of these sorts of positions, and problem is, it's sort of like you put it on a6 and then what, you know? And then it just sits there, you know, being a invisible Casper the Friendly Bishop. Well, I have to defend my b2 pawn. So I guess there's not too much to think about here. Queen c2. Mennonitis using his time. Not allowed. The difference between Pfizer and Heisenberg with a camper van. Feisenberg. Camper van Beethoven. Alright, where is Nedog today? Now it's real bad. Because you are in You are in Stonewall Land. Welcome to Stonewall Land. That's a positional catastrophe. But maybe you're not dead yet. No, he's not dead yet. Strategically, black's in a lot of trouble. E-file. Backward E-pawn. Bad bishop. Worse structure. Not really a lot you could do, you know. Basically, in this position, black suffers and dies. You could try to play knight g5, knight f7, maybe, to try to trade off that knight on e5 there. You could do it a different way. I guess it'll come down to basically the same thing. Sooner or later. If you play, alright, now, I was thinking, I'm going to have to move my b-pawn, obviously. I don't like a little combo here. There's like rook b4, rook takes d4, queen takes c5, some tricks like that. I really wouldn't mind playing knight a4, knight b6, but he didn't play a5. If he doesn't play a5, how do I play knight b6? So I'm just going to focus... Excuse me. I'm going to focus on just pile driving this thing here. And I think that black is in an unpleasant situation at best. So what does my queen do there? No, in the long run, maybe I could even break with g4 or something on the king's side. Now, the other thing is this knight on c3 doesn't have to stay here. I could improve it. Instead of rook e2, maybe knight e2. Anyway, I'm out of there. Bishop g6 is Steinitz. That's your other plan. Of course. But, you know, you're not gonna last long. Unless you get some kind of tactic. I'm threatening... What am I threatening? Rook takes e6. I'm not threatening anything else yet, but I'm close. We'll have to squeeze. Rook takes f5, doesn't work. Would be nice though. So now what do I do? Need to get knight operative. Maybe here. This also prevents a5 and rook b4 for the moment. What does that do? Excuse me. Dark squares. I'd like my dark squares, please. Queen a5. Massage. Mennonitis has a lot of time here. This is awkward. He has 2/3 of his time. remaining to my 3 minutes. Look at those consistent ratings he has. It's so rare to see someone with such compact ratings. But as I mentioned maybe before, this is a solid chess 960 rating. It's a really good chess 960 rating. Knight h3, off sides. So if you could play f4, bishop g6. There's another knight where that one came from. I'll need to defend e4, retract my rook, and then stick the knight on e5. But it should be good. Black has no counterplay. Like, now he's trying to play a5. Tempted to try something like f4. Of course, a5 is risky because of a4. Yeah. Now I'm coming in strongly to e5. Now his c6 pawn is hanging, plus I have a fork here, so there's no time for anything else, just to defend against that. And ultimately I should be shifting to the king side. It's like he's on the queen side, I'm on the king side. I have h4. That's not quite working. Maybe or multiple ideas, but that move pretty passive. I think I like rook g2. He's done a good job though, hanging on with a really difficult position. Maybe there I should just take on f7 actually. You can take with the king. Whoa, this is crazy. That's pretty crazy. I don't know, man. h5 is okay. It seems kind of crazy. Crazy like a fox. Well, I'm trying to undermine him. The king side is going. Work on b5, you know, it's not really helping him. I keep feeling like I'm missing something here. Ah, he's got everything protected. Wow. It sucks to play king h1 in a 7-minute time edge. 7 minutes to 1. Okay, I berserked. But he has not fallen, you know, he has not fallen behind. You can't trade queen. He would lose a pawn, man. He would lose the pawn on e6. Queen f7, a queen f4, trade, take on e6, resigns. He has to not trade queens. But now, you know, okay. I have a trick now. Rook g5, but what does it do? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It doesn't do anything. His defense is... It's unreal. Rook takes, rook takes, rook takes. Yes. Alright. Yeah, of course. King f8. Holy shit, man. I think I'm like borderline here. Now he did e5. Why now is it good? What am I, lost now? Well, that's weird. You counted it all out? I'm lost now. Interesting. Interesting. There was a very strange move by black here. King takes g6, b4, a6, a4, and now king f7. Why would you play king f7 versus king f6? I just tried to win and hallucinated. He played the whole game with 21 center pawn loss. Interesting. All right. Anyway. And he's winning the tournament too. .2339 performance. The time pressure was too much for me, or too fast. You mastered the time use there, you know. I was going to lose on time, so I traded down into a drawn ending and then lost it because I was going to lose on time. Berserking backfired. Black had a lost position but defended it, you know, as well as could be done. And it was too hard for me to break through in time. Interesting. Didn't expect to lose that game, I have to say. So he said he might have to leave. He's winning the tournament. Alright, what's up, Mr. Coffee? Why did I... Mr. Coffee? Mr. Coffee's just watching. Okay, well that's pretty good. So... yeah, I don't really play non-increment anymore. Ever. It destroys chess. I just do these arenas for fun. There's really no sense to play without increment. With any kind of time control with increment, improves the quality of the game. If you want bad quality chess, make it without increment. Or as fast as possible. Yeah. I don't know where my time went. Too much talking. Too much talking, you know. You gave me such a good position, I thought it would be easy to win. Black. Black just stonewall. Bad stonewall. Let's do Gingy Indian. Was 97 playable there before the rook exchanges? Not sure which position we're talking about. Wow, dude, you just instantly H4. Most people don't know this variation for white. Alright. That don't know about. Wait a minute. Let me understand this again. Rook G8. He has used. He knows this H4 H5 plan with Bishop on D2. Can't say I've ever seen that before. I haven't been playing this regularly. I haven't been playing this opening at all, actually, because no one allows it, pretty much. But technically my move order Might be wrong. The question is, am I supposed to play like d6 first? Probably doesn't matter that much. Thanks for the arena. Oh yeah. Computer says 97 was good. I don't know what we're talking about. 97 for me at some point? Or for him? Interesting. I guess I should have, could have, would have. You instantly know where to go? Dude, what's up with that? Who is this guy? This is kind of subtle stuff you're doing, man. For someone who says that I can beat them with my eyes closed. This is very subtle play by white. I don't know, man. Okay. So I have a problem. I have to put the knight on e5. I can't put my knight on b6. Yeah. Well, I'm having trouble with my opponent's gypsy. Sorry. I can't look at that now. I've got enough problems, like winning my current game without like analyzing games I just lost while I'm playing the next one. I've got to try to concentrate. It's already one loss. I'm out of contention. Yeah, I don't really want to think about it either. Not a game I want to remember losing. Alright, anyway. So after beating me, Menenitis will be out, leaving the tournament possibly open for someone else to win. Okay. This move prevents 95, obviously, but I have an alternative. The alternative. Where's error 404? Well, alright. Honestly, sack draw, I mean, there may be some players who just don't berserk at all. I think that's okay if they want to not berserk at all. That should be reasonable, I would say. But if they're selectively berserking and not berserking certain games, then okay, yeah, maybe. I would agree with you. Yeah. There was this guy at the chess club in Boston who was a 2100, and I beat him every time we ever played. Like 12 times to nothing. But the weird thing about the guy was he was legitimately 2100. He was in the 2100s too, like not a bad 2100. And the dude would just never resign. And I was like, that's weird, for a player to be that good and never resign. And then I realized, well, if that's his thing, I'm not going to take it personally, That's his thing, He's a weird guy, but yeah, but I don't know. I agree with you in general. That is a pain when it's like you got this dude stalling. Alright. So now we can castle queenside. Is that a problem? Do you have a problem with that? White has a bad bishop. These are well, those are bishops, right? The Gingy. It was a long time ago. I learned by absorption, back seating, watching Roman play blitz games. Jesus, dude, King E2. This guy is knight takes D5. That's not going to work. It would almost work. I'd say you're one fearless. But what are you going to do? I don't think I ever lost a game on the black side of a blitz, obviously. But tournament games, I never lost a game on the black side of a Gingy Indian. The computer says like white is better by a lot. But it's one of those things that if you're not a computer, then it's very hard to play. It's like a Leningrad Nimzo. Here. White has no bishops. They're just pawns. Nice pawns. A4. That is a really fucking disturbing move, bro. I have to say. Why is he so good? Bishop takes A4. You know, it's like Bafinik, Smyslov, French defense. I'm gonna have to blockade this. No, it's a good thing his knight is over there. Because I had this game with Eperyeshi, like, passed away, like, a couple years ago now. Where he, oh my god, what is going on here? I have no tactics. Where he got his knight around there. You know, if the white knight is around there, I'm in trouble. Bishop takes A4. I'm not considering taking this pawn. How do I not have a tactic somewhere? It's like unbelievable. How does black not have some sort of tactic here? Look at that. His king is right there. This pawn is barely defended. Oh my god, man. That's crazy, bro. I was a little bit worried about the other capture. He's seriously psycho-aggressive. Kind of what I was talking about recently with gaming people. This player is irrationally, like, overconfident in a way. Whoa, another like psycho aggressive move. Okay, rook takes e4. Ops color bishops. Ooh. Yeah, he's very, very, very sharp and loose aggressive. Okay. Mennonite's still in first place, tied with my opponent. But at least I slowed him down. Mennonite supposedly left. Reduces blocked, but now trip chance is coming. We've got an hour and a half left, though. Almost half the tournament is still left. Mr. Coffee, wow. What's the wow about? Deep Wolverine. Pulverine. Please, Berserk. Oh, I'm gonna get your treatment. No. No. We got to get revenge on Deep Wolverine, who beat me in my simul yesterday or Sunday. Thinking too much. Of course, he's 1586 and he plays the Berlin defense with black. I mean, damn, I don't know. I don't know if I've seen the Berlin defense in like ages. But I was thinking that maybe the Roy Lopez with D3 is better than the Joko Piano. This guy's rating is extremely suspicious. I don't understand what his deal is. The game he played against me in the simul was like very low cent upon loss. Almost a perfect sort of. Okay, now this is a bad move. This is a bad move. Rook takes bishop, nice turnaround. Mr. Coffee. That might be a good game to go over. You know, I'm not sure I was ever in any grave danger in that game. Now he's back. He's going back. Unbelievable. What are you doing? What is this? That's crazy, bro. Bishop a g4, bishop back. Wait a minute. Alright. Yeah, I can't remember the deal with this player, but we have to focus on the center, I guess. The speed, though, I wasn't aware he was a super fast player. I had like 0 squares. He's Norwegian. No, I don't think he's really Norwegian. I'm suspicious of that. There was this other account they used to play, and I think they were like from India, but they were always like putting that they were Norwegian. Maybe some people put the wrong country because they don't like people, you know, like discriminating against them, which is understandable. A lot of people are, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you don't know for sure he's from Norway. I could put anything there, you know. Actually, I get very few Scandinavian viewers. Okay, there's a few. Literally a few. But not many at all. Why is the guy playing? Look at the way he's playing. I mean, it's very sophisticated play again. You should see the simul game against me yesterday. I keep saying yesterday, but I mean the day before yesterday. So again, this guy is really playing like he's... $2,000 or 1900. There's almost no way you could look at even his score. How does he have 4.5 out of 20 if he was 1500? Like, you can't have 4.5 out of 20 against me for 1500, bro. That doesn't happen. You can't have that score. It doesn't make sense. You know? There's something fishy about his account. Totally. Like, okay, I don't know. Then it also disappeared for a long time. That's a good score for someone who's 1,000 points lower rated. Learning chess, maybe. Look at the way the black's playing. It's like he's playing engine moves almost. Or close to engine moves. Just extremely solid. There's literally no freaking way you're 1586 and you play like this. I don't see it. He's not doing anything brilliant, but he's not making any mistakes, and he's not making them fast. Well, I mean, okay, the games he beat me were sparse and like probably in the simuls. Remember that. I'm not talking about necessarily rapid or blitz, but black's play is sus, dude. He's not 1500. Now, I will say to his credit, like whoever he is and whatever his real strength is, he's not too aggressive like some people. Like my last opponent, Redusa, probably went too far. If anything, black's a little on the solid side, but that's not a bad thing, you know. I think his real strength is like 1900. I don't know why he's 1500, you know, because that's not right. Right, exactly, Mr. Coffee. His strength is way too good for the rating. Look how solid he is. It's like ridiculous. No 1500 plays as solid. Dude, by definition, you couldn't be 1500 and you played as solid. It's physically impossible. Maybe Queen G4. The definition of 1500 is a guy who like makes blunders and drops pieces. And that's why he's 1500. You can't be solid and not blunder and be 1500. That's a serious problem here. This is just a joke. How deep he is in the game with only a micro disadvantage and the same amount of time as me, and he's supposed to be 1500. Yeah, unless your end game is 500. This is bullshit. He's fast. He doesn't make mistakes. You know, by definition, how could you possibly be 1586? It's impossible. Unless you're like different people, you know. Maybe it's an account where he's like several different people playing on the same account. You know, maybe they live in an apartment and 2 or 3 people play on the same account. One of them is 1200, one of them is 1900. You know, that would make sense. That would explain it. Rook AE8. But I can't remember now. A lot of the games were very long ago that I played against this account. Very long ago, and he was gone for a long time. But he's got to be 1900 for this strength of play. Yeah. I think he missed queen g5 instead of queen g6. It was a very small inaccuracy. He could have forced me to trade queens on his terms. So I have a micro endgame advantage. Micro grow. It's almost like he's trolling me. Guys, check out the Marazzi he played yesterday against me. Like, for the third time, Sunday. He played a perfect game. Basically a perfect game. On the white side of Marazzi. I just hung a pawn at one point when I got in time pressure. But it was like... The dude played the white side of Marazzi without making a single inaccuracy. And he's supposed to be 1500. There's no freaking way. Ooh. Wow. I almost like accidentally pre-moved king g2. How can you be 1500? 1900, I accept. But 1500? There's no way. Mennonite also played well, but he's 2000. And arguably this guy was more solid than Mennonite. You know, I had a bigger advantage against Mennonite than I've had in this game. And I lost that on time. But in that game I was berserking and Mennonite wasn't. This guy actually berserked back. Which is a pretty cocky thing to do against a higher rated opponent. It's not like Sack Draw was saying, you're a chicken if you don't berserk back against an equal rated opponent. I'm 1,000 rating points higher than him. He doesn't have to berserk back. That's not expected. You can't have to berserk back if you're 1,000 points lower rated. You're supposed to be a little bit afraid of the higher rated player. It's okay to not berserk back. But he's like confident. Look how systematic he plays. I'm like playing Arsenal fan or something, you know? Seriously. Yeah, you just don't know. But it's frustrating. But by the way, move 11, you submitted an... the Kamsky game you sent me was like, what is he talking about? Kamsky must really... He must have gotten beat up too much. He's worse than me, man. Well, every opponent was cheating. Yeah, man, I mean, it's a... I totally feel it. But you'd think with, like, you know, Kramnik, the way he is and stuff. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, man, because a lot of them, you know, they aren't all cheating, but some are. Something came out about Shevchenko today. Did you guys see that? Shevchenko was caught cheating. Is that right? Apparently. Look how solid this... Is this guy like trolling me? Are you trolling me at this point? He's trolling me now. Well, I can't really afford to trade knights. I mean, seriously, let's just pause for a second and take a look at this. Right? This guy is supposed to be 1500. And check out this game. 17 cent pawn loss, 92% accuracy. 1 blunder, 2 inaccuracies. And you're supposed to be... I don't have any tells, really. Started following one player, Eric Rosen. Bro. No wonder he's so good. God. Trip Chance is in first place now. Redusa's in second, I'm in third. So, Kamsky, that game you showed me, Move 11, nothing was suspicious about that game. And Kamsky won the game. What's his problem? He like, the guy didn't lose the game the right way or something? Yeah, he's totally... Poor guy. He's totally paranoid. But see, that's the problem, though. I mean, I will not play in online tournaments where there are prizes. I mean, you're just trying to... Dude, phone in the bathroom. Oh, that's Shevchenko. Spanish team championship. So that's how he got to be 2,700. Like my former teammate, Juhas Christoph. The Hungarian Chess Federation really tried to cover it up. You know, they made it very hush-hush. They didn't even, like, report him to FIDE, I think. The dude is still playing, and it's unbelievable. Christoph Juhas is still playing in the Austrian Team Championship after getting caught red-handed cheating here in Hungary 2 years ago. He's out playing again in the Austrian Team Championship. It's unbelievable. You know, the Hungarian Chess Federation just, like, privately punished him, sanctioned him, and now he's back playing again after being a red-handed, caught red-handed cheating. The dude's back playing FIDE-rated games 2 years later. You know, it's unbelievable. You should be banned for at least 5 years from FIDE, in my opinion. There should be, like, a really serious penalty, not like 1 or 2 years. Like 5 years would be more like it. But, Shevchenko, yeah, well, now we know how he got to be 2,700 so fast. Anyway, but I mean, Kamsky being paranoid about people cheating, well then, why are you playing online chess tournaments, bro? You know? You can't, dude. You can't. It's bad enough playing, like, it's bad enough, you know, dealing with cheaters in, like, casual games. I'm not playing in an online tournament, man. That's crazy. That's why I gave up online poker. I mean, I was so paranoid, dude, that everybody was a bot or cheating or the site was rigged that, like, I couldn't even function anymore. You can't play if you can't trust the system, you know? That's it. Forget it, man. So again, I have to play Reduce-Up. There's not enough players here. Alright, we're not gonna play the same opening twice. 4, 3, 2, 1. D4 again. Kraken. You're higher rated by 61. Mega douche. Dude, ratings. Another thing, ratings. Yeah, ratings. Okay. Ratings mean nothing, by the way. Alright. Any ratings, but especially online ratings. Evian, no. Sorry, Move 11. This is Hungary. We have Evian, but no one drinks that. Unless you're, like, in the Castle District or something. No, we have a lot of, you know, Hungary is big on mineral water, you know. There's no need to, like, drink Evian here. But it is pink. Pink means, like, non-carbonated in Hungary. I'm not sure it's the same everywhere. So E3 and D5. That's a really weird combo. Summer's Eve? Mr. Coffee, what? What is that? Is it like feminine hygiene products? Where are we going here? Bishop d3. It's a Saruman attack, but he played e3 instead of e4. That's pretty bizarre. So, yeah. Alright, let's not and say we did. I'm not going to play c6 yet. Let's wait. Oh, someone said mega douche. Oh, okay. Man, you know, I wouldn't even remember. You've been watching too much TV, honestly. Yeah, I don't watch American TV. So I've forgotten all things like that. Now he's a tempo down in a Saruman Makaganov attack. Hybrid. Temper down. Alright, knight h5. Worth considering, but no. What do you want to do? You want to do like a Mr. Slow thing here? Maybe knight f d7? Is this really good? Oh no. Hold on a second. I can play it like a... Oh no. I can't. What would Gawain Jones do? You gotta ask yourself. What would Gawain Jones do? You're a tempo down. You're trying to play the Makaganov a tempo down? It's crazy. Mr. Coffee. Can't believe you're a moderator. Fortunately, most of our viewers are. How rousis of him. Phone in the bathroom. Yeah, at least Juhas Christoph got... He got caught on the way to the bathroom. What else is there? Well, is there another way to do it? Oh, you mean like anal beads? Yeah. How old school? That's unbelievable. But I mean, seriously, there should be like a universal like penalty. Chipping away. Look at that. Does this guy like white square pawns? Or what? Early 21st century. What's with my knight on b6? I got it. Got it from Mr. Slow or something. What would Gawain do? Nefyudov. Knight c5. But I need to find a way. Oh shit, you can take my knight. I need to find a way. Are you ever going to play like knight e2 or something? This is such a weird square for me in the King's Indian. Tell my knight. This is a terrible move by white. Although once this guy, speaking of cheating, there was this Hungarian guy who cheated on my stream twice against me. And I'll never forgive him or respect him as a human being again. I also did that move myself once. Similar situation. Oh no. Oh no. I lost my e-pawn. I don't know if this is a good move. Jesus Christ. Mr. Slow would have a field day here. Wow. This is crazy. Mr. Slow. Where are you? I let this happen against Mr. Slow when I was white once. Where I like gave up my dark square bishop and I got brutally checkmated on the king side. You're very close to getting brutally checkmated on the king side. I'm not sure how accurately I did this. Now we have to kind of think. I don't really want to trade queens. Pawn takes pawn is okay, but he gives him a nice knight on d5. Or even worse. But what are my options? Queen e8. f5. Redeploy. Which way does white take? 3 possible recaptures. Redusa is a very strange player. It's very hard to get a read on him. I guess he's quite decent tactically, making some positional mistakes. We're almost as close to the middle of the century as we are at the beginning of it. Don't remind me. Knight d7, rook d1, knight b8. Oh no. That's not enough. So where am I going to put my queen? You want to do it this way? Couple of options here. I knew that knight wasn't right on b6. Wow. Where are you going? Queen f8? Yeah, that's not happening. I have to guard this first. What a weird player. It's really hard to get a read on him. I'm too obsessed with certain ideas. My God. It's unbelievable. What a strange player. It's impossible to read him. He seems like horrible in some respects and then brilliant in others. I get this a lot, actually. This is really the cross-section of chess players who are self-taught online. One minute you're like, this guy is really weak, and the next minute he's a genius. And I can't even tell. I can't even tell how good people are. At all. It's so inconsistent. It's mind-boggling. That's the word of the day. The word of the day is mind-boggling. What a move! I mean, b4? What? What? Alright, now he's just bullshitting. I don't know. That's not the right move. We've got to win. That's a nice pass pawn you've got there. He has to play d6 and he didn't. To me, it seems like he has to. Okay. Alright, first off, now, what do I do next? I'm going to lose on time. I need a square for my queen. The hell? I'm just gonna flag. So that's his major skill. Is playing quick moves in bullet chess. In a lost position. And it's strange that you don't have any games of bullet chess. Would you have like another account that you play bullet on? That's really weird. That sucks. That's it, man. It's ridiculous. I have to take a draw because I'm gonna lose on time. Because he can like click the mouse faster than me. That's why I like bullet chess. That's it, dude. Respect each other. Show respect for each other here. Everybody. This is a really, it's meant to be a stream where we insult each other and stuff. It's cool. Thank you for that. Alright. So Dr. Chip Chance in first place with 23 points. Undefeated, perfect score, beat everybody. Performance 2500. But he is the bullet pro. His winning score against me Decided to just let it all go today. No holding back on Dr. Trip Chance. Alright, 54 minutes left. And I don't have any alcohol to drink. Well, I do, but no good beer. No, I don't want to drink Palinka. There's no open wine. We're just going to have to go alcohol free for the rest of the way. 50 minutes left. Spazzer. Spazzer said, hey, have a great stream. Thank you. Spazzer DK. You're not deep over rain, are you? Oh no, he's from Norway, sorry. Why do I have this problem with Norway and Denmark? I don't know what's wrong with me, but I guess the flags, or I don't know. What does the Denmark flag look like? It's totally different. I don't know, I have some kind of mental problem with Denmark and Norway because they're like next to each other or near. I get confused. There's a guy in the stream with from Norway, and then you're Spazzer DK. So, and then obviously DK stands for Norway because that's where I'm at. Yeah. They're similar. Okay. So they are similar, right? So there's a reason why I'm getting confused. Yeah, like at the World Senior Team Championship, I kept getting confused between Denmark and Norway again because of the flags. It was a good game. What? You had a good game? You traded your Darkster Bishop on c5. I did that once. Against 2600 and got tortured for like 7 hours. Never do that. You know, you don't want to take that knight on c5. That's horrible. Horrible positionally. It's a terrible positional mistake. Play bishop takes c5. But you're talking about something else, I know. Acerbate. See, I can't guilt Acerbate into berserking. He's only 1500. Well, 1700. I'm not going to do that. He's going to forfeit? Oh no. He didn't berserk. Acerbate. He did. Well, that was insane. That was a delayed berserk. The delayed berserk by Acerbate. Nice job, man. Way to delay berserk. You got it in by like 1 second. Alright, I don't know. I'm going to play the Dutch. Alright, Acerbate, I'm going. Speaking of Iceland, we're going. What is that? Acerbate playing the white side of the Dutch. What's H3 about? Why H3? You know? Oh, D5. That's our last opponent did this. These pawns are like, they're unhinged. They're like Donald Trump pawns. They're unhinged. Last game, our opponent did the same thing and then did E4 later. That's not consistent. This is not a developing move. It's a good square. I should probably win the pawn there. The artist formerly known as your e-pawn. So what's the best way to surround sound? I'm in no rush. You've got G4. G4 is a principal developing move as well, right? It's a very principal developing move. Okay, now I have queen c8. Aspirate has a late square bishop and I don't. Damn, you did G4. You are crazy, bro. Good for you. I think G4 is a good idea under the circumstances because white is already compromised. His position is kind of compromised. I would say it's not a bad idea to go ahead and do that. Queen takes f2 check. And mate, you are compromised. Your position is compromised. Acerbate, you have been compromised. Is this like your first ever Dutch defense? Wow. Trading queens? That's not a good idea. Now you just got crushed. Damn. Ouch. You just got crushed. That wasn't good. Crunch. Alright. That was ugly. We need another pairing like that. Dr. Tripchance is playing Reduso. It's a Benoni. Benoni from Dr. Tripchance. The doctor. This looks good for black. Reduso needs more experience. Alright. Mennonite had to leave. Jan Hursky is in. 2300. So look out. We have 46 minutes left. Total, and Nefedov is on the way up. Nope, Nefedov lost 2. Jeroen is in. What is going on here? Oh. Dr. Tripchance took the light square bishop. What? He hung his B pawn. What? They both berserked, but Reduce has only used 15 seconds for the whole game? What's that about? $15 for the whole game. That's not very much time to use. I'm not sure though, how bad this is for black. It may be that the white's light square bishop being gone isn't so easy to compensate for. Can I get a pairing, please? Oh no, Saxac is playing Astrobate. So I had a loss and a draw so far. And I'm not on a streak. I have no alcohol to drink. I do, but I don't want to. It's a long tournament, 3 hours. I kind of get martini time after like 2 hours when I have a martini. Been a long time since I had a martini. Dr. Tripchance now facing the 4 pawns attack. Reducey is getting stronger and stronger by the minute. The mysterious Reducey. Whoa, Dr. Tripchance traded his bishop. Oh my god, man. He traded the bishop on c3. Well, hell's breaking loose. Unbelievable. Wait, white is down a piece. White lost a piece. When did white lose a piece? Are you serious? Wait, I don't understand. Where did white lose a piece? Oh, you just hung a piece? I'm talking about the position. He's down a piece. He hung a piece. I didn't know that, man. I thought it was like even pieces. You're down a piece. That's crazy. He just hung his piece. Oh my god. What? Dr. Tripchan's a little overconfident, maybe. White's just playing too fast. That's why you dropped a piece. No need to play that fast. You got 7.5 minutes. So where's my opponent? Come on, guys. It's too much. At least I can get a medal today. Hopefully. Bronze, at least. The two leaders are playing each other. Well, I'm actually the leader, the second leader, but Dr. Tripchance is just brutal. He's going to win every game, barring some kind of major accident. Here he's low on time. What? Dr. Tripchance hung a piece now. Was that intentional? No. He literally hung a piece. Oh my god. Are you guys for real? Still unclear. Because of the back rank mates. White has to be careful. He has tons of time. Why am I not getting an opponent? Can you guys please embed me on chess.com so I can get some viewers, some bots? I hate the title Tuesday. This is the dumbest thing of all time. That's the chess culture. We now people stream the title Tuesday tournament. That's chess. That's not chess, dude. It's a waste of time. Is what it is. Alright, White has 5 minutes to figure this out. I got another request to join the team. White is not losing here. Is he? I don't think so. Whoa, what just happened? France! France. I will accept France as an answer. So, what was that? Oh, France Arch has followed. France Arch, thanks for following. Guys, we're hosting a rapid tournament, 40 minutes left. 15 plus 0. I mean, I see that black is threatening mate in 1. But hold on a second here. Let's see, rook takes f6 is possible. And then check, rook back, give up a piece. But this seems to be the best move. I would assume bishop g3 is the best move. Man, this is kind of scary. White has bishop e1 now. I don't think that Dr. Tripchance like sacked that piece back on purpose. He just blundered. And now he's actually in trouble. But he's still active. The only problem is the A-pawn. You can't just let the A-pawn queen. So he's got to get behind that. You know, maybe like immediately rook A2. First he defended his pawn. I don't know if he has time for that. Knight e6, knight g5, I guess. Now white will have mating threats. White is going to be the one with actual checkmating threats now. Rook e7. Threatening rook d8 mate. This doesn't make sense. Oh no, what are we doing? Rook e8 check. No, I don't think that was a good idea. White does the Willie Hendricks system. Oh my god. I take it back. I take it back. This is like a mating net. Wow. I take it back. Take it back. Now black has to be really careful. Oh. Oh man. Game over. So reducey with the win. What a game. What a quality game. I don't understand. Did I unjoin the tournament? That was really weird, man. Black took his opponent too lightly after just dropping a whole bishop on d3. That's crazy. He dropped a whole bishop on d3. You know, and then beat a pretty strong player. That's crazy. He also drew me from a bad position. But he's so fast. So I've got to play him again. My god. The third time playing the same player. Oh, you're doing Sveshnikov. Or no? I should play knight c3 maybe. I like the Rossalimo though. This is kind of an unusual move order. I don't care about the pawn. Should I take? Maybe leave it for later. We'll leave it for later. There's e5. This is a really interesting idea. It's very similar to this is probably a mistake actually, but it's real similar to a game I had yesterday. That was e4 e5 actually. It was a Rui. This looks terribly scary for black. I think he's gonna get busted quickly. Yeah. He's in a really bad place here. Not knowing the themes. Isn't black gonna get mated? Oof. Theme witch. That's the way we gotta make it quick and painless. Quick and painless. Now that's the way you win arenas, right? 10 move wins. King Crusher style. Alright. back to tournament. I'm in first place. How did that happen? I cheated again. Acerbate, earlier you had a quote. What did I read? Good players are always lucky. That obviously doesn't apply to poker. Alright. So Sack Draw is coming on. He's angry. Playing Hans and Franz. Franz is new here. Oh no. You can't be angry at Franz. I mean, he's 1300. Don't rage on him because he didn't berserk. He got the win though quickly there. So Sack Draw is very competitive. There's no Netog today. No Netog today to take you out. But there is a Jan Hursky. Another 2300. Deep Wolverine has 8. The 1500 who plays like a 1900. He's getting tortured by Nefedov. But he has 9 minutes. What about Jeroen? A new opponent? This is a bird. Nice knight on A2 you got there, Jeroen. This is your bird on drugs. I think everybody is afraid to say anything in chat now. Did I chat scroll? Can I get first place? May I? No. Just kidding. You might. There's a lot of time left. 30 minutes. Dr. Tripchance is back in first place. And now he's playing Sack Draw. Oh! It's a Philidor. I tried to play a Philidor yesterday, but it was against a really beginner. Beginner. Yeah, I imagine Philidor is a good opening against certain players who like wide open tactical games. I don't understand why Dr. Tripchance is exchanging pawns on E5. That's yeah, he's out of his element here. Sack Draw is already fine. I would argue that black might even be... I mean, it's a little much to say black's better, but... generally speaking, that exchange of pawns doesn't help white. Typical Philidor. So I'm in second place, but it's very close. And now I'm playing Deep Wolverine. We're gonna have to play something dynamic. Maybe the Benko Gambit. That kills that idea. What am I gonna play? You're not gonna play the London system. Alright, I'll play C5. Alright, this is a normal move. And now G6. This is the only good move there. There's also B5. Oh, I said no Benko Gambit. We can get a Benko Gambit. But I don't really want to play the Benko. I was kidding about that. I'd rather play the Benoni. But this game is going to take up most of our time. That's a weird move. Now white might actually be in trouble already. Oh, he's just hanging B2. Is that some sort of trap? That I've never seen. I don't want your rook, necessarily. I mean, I'll think about it. I don't think I want it. Oh no. So, it's hard to believe, well, people start doing weird stuff, you know, when they get tired. First off, Rook B1, with the idea of Rook B5. Rook B5. What if I played Bishop C3? Bishop D4, Bishop C3. What am I supposed to play here? This is so weird, dude. This is weird. This is getting weird. There's something weird about Deep Wolverine. I gotta say, dude. I can take. There's something very strange about this account. Very strange. You hung your pawn on B2. Probably like loses the exchange somehow. Every time I play them, it's weirder and weirder. I should get out of here. But I can't just castle. Yeah, this is pretty bizarre, dude. So now, what could possibly go wrong? Right? What could possibly go wrong here? I think I should just, you know, yeah, defend against mate in 1. When in doubt, defend against mate in 1. And he's hanging the rook. They're eating the pets. They're eating the pets. Is my bishop trapped? Well, I'll defend. I'll bring the bishop back, and you won't trap my bishop. Very strange game, no? Now maybe I should have taken his rook. But it's been a long night. Safe to assume I should have taken the rook. Try not to laugh. Challenge. I still can. No, it's too late for that, man. Too late to take his rook now. I got a little tired, apparently. This guy's driving me crazy. He's gonna play spoiler now. Standing. I'm still in second place. Okay. Ooh, Danekis is in, playing Reduce. And Sack Draw with a tough game against Dr. Chip Chance. So Sack Draw somehow is worse. That's unbelievable. Well, it's believable, but I mean the opening was nothing for white. Alright. So, Deep Wolverine, are you gonna just stall here? Or find a move? He resigned. Well, I didn't expect you to resign, but you know, hopefully you just didn't like stall. So I'm in first place, thanks. Look at Dr. Chip Chance winning with white in that Philidor with pawn takes pawn. What a horrible move. Pawn takes pawn. Lame. What happened? Black's just better. But, you know, I think you should probably take this. Oh, f7 is a problem. Okay. So he just stacked up his pieces. Uh-huh. And then the freaky one-move tactic came in, and you lost the pawn. What just happened? Alright guys, I can win the tournament now. We have 23 minutes left. Dragonfly Hunter, were you asking, can I get first place? And you were answering him? You still can? Yeah. That's what you were answering. Dragonfly Hunter is late. And Nedog didn't bother to show up. That bastard. Acting like he was going to show up. Whoa. What just happened? Knight g5? I don't understand what's going on. Okay, so we had knight e6 takes, knight g5. Uh-huh. Okay. And black is, wow, he's just allowing that. He's allowing the capture on f7. Jesus. That's weird. So anyway, I can't make sense of that game. This is kind of like watching a tournament where the players start to play worse at the end. It's very, very noticeable. On the third hour, everyone's tired and starts doing horrible stuff. Like I was talking about, it's martini time. Paul McIntyre said I could never analyze more than 2 hours. I wanted to get a drink or something. It's not true. I just like drinking. The other day I played. Phew, bro. I have a lot of endurance, although I was sick. I've been sick for 3 weeks. My endurance is pretty good. I can play. We played a 14-hour poker session. No problem. On Saturday night. No problem. And that's coming off this illness. I did alright, although I was tired on Sunday. Reducey is in first place. How? Where are you getting all these points? He beat Franz and Denekis. So Reducey's performance is 2277. Mine's 2363. Dr. Chipsyan's the highest, 2389. Sesai Draw, 2167. Mennonite was winning the tournament when he left, but he had to take his daughter to a doctor's appointment or something. No, you were saying I could still take his rook. Oh. So now I get the same guy again. Come on, bro. Why do I have to keep playing the leader? But what happens here? What do you... Oh, you play that too. What I've got to wonder is... Reducey, you didn't have another account, did you? Did you ever play us on a different account? I guess I played this with black. So what's happening here? It's like a Gingy Grand Prix attack without the Grand Prix. I shouldn't be playing this. I don't know what I'm doing. It's not even a good opening. I mean, I'm not sure about that though. What happens if I play knight b5 now? Isn't black falling into some kind of trap here? Damn, he doesn't have any opening knowledge. Reduce has like no opening knowledge. Wow. D5 is interesting. Takes A6. But maybe I should just play knight A3, no problem. There's other ideas like C3. This guy is I don't know. Doesn't seem like I played this right. Imagine that. Now A6, but we have the classic trap. Isn't it the classic trap? Everybody's favorite Grand Prix attack trap, Queen A4. Leave it to Beaver. Queen A4, what do you do? I never play this stuff, but I've certainly seen it with black. It's just a common theme. Whenever you do E6, I've fallen into it once in a while. So this looks difficult for black after this move. And now he's not really threatening anything. But so what? What do I do? Check. Check. Pawn takes pawn. Is bishop d7 a problem? Shouldn't be. How are you this fast, dude? And how does he have no bullet games? He joined 2 months ago. Well, anyway, I mean, clearly you have another account. Whoever you are, is a smurf. Pretty amazing. But arena tournaments are just fundamentally not fair. Just like in general. Wow. That's a terrible move. Queen E7? How can that be good? Seriously? You have some trap that I'm missing here? Yeah, I'm not sure Black's it's worthwhile to keep playing this game if you're in his situation here. To be honest, I would just resign. You can't time me out. But he's gonna just keep keep going with it. You're not, you're gonna lose this game. He's optimistic though. Black is super lost here. That's a tough call there. Which way to go? Mm-hmm. We're winning. The point is, he has better ways to do this. There's one last cheapo. Obviously. Queen G5. He's playing for time. Wouldn't it be better to just resign and try to win a game? If you're black there? In an arena? Wow. Alright, I have a better way to... do I have a better way to do this? Oh, F6. Oh no. Guess that. It's crazy. Unbelievable. It's so strange. His wanting to like win on time every game, regardless of how lost he is like irrational. Maybe it's best for me this way, but I mean, by that time, Dr. Tripchance will be ahead of us. So he's hurting both of us by doing this, by not resigning. You're actually hurting us both, because there's plenty of time left for like another game. You shouldn't drag a game like this out in an arena. You're just hurting us. Giving Dr. Tripchance a huge chance, although maybe he's not going to get a pairing. Or sac draw. Sac draw could catch up. Probably not. I got bit by a mosquito. Nice. Wow, in the middle of my stream. How can this guy like wanna want to play this out so much. What's your bullet account? Dr. Chipsand's second place now. 8 minutes left. Fucking mosquito. Oh, God. I don't even know how they got in here. There's a hole. God damn it, there's like a hole in the window. I normally plug it up, but I forgot. Bit my hand. Did anybody see that mosquito biting my hand? It was below the screen. Trip chance against reduce. Oh, they're playing each other. Well, that's awesome. And Dr. Trip chance can stall. It's another Benoni. What I need to do is get like another game against Asterbait. Asterbait, where are you? Are you not playing anymore? Come on. You're watching Twilch. You're on the wrong site. My iTV. Now we get up to like 20 viewers. Wow. Without chess.com bots even. 7 minutes left. Dr. Chance didn't berserk. I have a bad feeling about this. Well, my best shot is to get a game and win it. If I get a game and I win it, I definitely win first. Check out Deep Wolverine. Nefedov quality chess. Maybe Dinekis can play. Where's Dinekis? Man, I never get bit by mosquitoes on the stream. On my hand. Good thing it wasn't my mouse hand. Jeez. You guys see any mosquitoes flying around? Really nailed my hand. Only one bite so far. This is ridiculous. They're growing olives at Lake Balaton, and we have mosquitoes in the late October. Climate change. Flooding in the Sahara Desert in Morocco. Asterbait is here. Berserk. You have to berserk. No. I can't play Marazzi in a must-win game like this. You know knight f6 is the right move. There you go. Good job. Good job. Don't play d6. No, d6 is fine. But it transposes to normal dragon. The Asterbait. I gotta go. We gotta go fast. Take. Yeah, what's up with a6? Is that normal? Oh no. Oh no, Asterbait. I'm never gonna beat him in time. That's alright. It's alright. Just play your best, Bobby Fischer says. E6. Yeah. Wait, E6? Doesn't do anything. So what am I supposed to play? Defend that pawn. Just give it up? We'll just give it up. Now I need it. I need the pawn. Queen d4. Bishop f4. Moving the same piece twice. Come on, guys. What am I supposed to do here? Just sack the pawn back? Alright. You bet he resigns. He shouldn't do that. Better not do that. Whoa. See, now on bishop takes c5, he might be threatening d4. Oh no, oh no. No. Bishop takes c3. This is a pretty good move. Maybe I should castle kingside, to be honest. Well, at this point, I don't think we're going to beat Aspin in time. Well, don't let him beat you, that's all. He has 11 minutes left. E5. E5. Bishop g5. Damn, what an acerbate maneuver in the house. Look at that. Oh my god. Dude. That's brilliant. Rook a7, triple exclam for masturbate. Saving himself with 1 minute before. That's the original acerbate maneuver. Can't believe it. You found it. That's the only move, right? I mean, h5. h5 is terrible. The only good move is rook a7. Jeez. A minute left in the tournament, guys. What's happening in the other game? It's like a tense position. It shouldn't be done in time. What about Saxon? He left. He was like rage quit. Do I have bishop takes g5? I mean my other bishop. Bishop f6. It's not so clear. I should play f3. 16. 13. 10. That should be... He sacrificed. Sacrificed a piece. Alright, Aspin dropped a rook, but this game doesn't count. These games don't count. We're over time. Man, Aspin, that's a scary move. You also had queen takes f3, which actually looks scarier. Oh no. Rook takes. Now I have rook d3. Haha. Or not. No, I don't have that. I don't have that move, unfortunately. What a move, this knight g4. I mean, this is seriously brilliant. No? That's seriously brilliant, man. What a move, bro. What am I supposed to play? Rook e3? Does it work? Well, fortunately, I'm up 2 bishops. So I think this move might actually... That might actually suffice. Yeah, arenas are not meant to be fair. Think fair about an arena. How's your rook doing? Good? Good. Closing in. We're closing in. Oh no, he's gonna get out over there. You're getting out on f3. Oh my god. Seriously? Dude, stop that. What a move. Brilliant. Brilliant, yes. No. You are frozen. You've been frozen. Frozenized. Oh no. Rook digestion. It's been digested. Alright, Astrobate, fun game. Back to the tournament, we did it. Alright, what a deserved victory. Dr. Shipchance ended up with the highest performance rating. But the last games didn't count. Alright, we did it. You smashed Benoni. You won the last game. Didn't count for the tournament. Alright. So, final score. I got 34. Dr. Tripsanis with 32. Redusa with 30. So that's silver and bronze medals. Yeah, I played 11 games. Dr. Tripsanis with 10. And Redusa had more, 15. But still, both of you guys played pretty well. Saxite Draw seemed he was kind of tilted. Finished with 23. Mennonite had to leave, though he was in first place. Nefedov, 6th place. Deep Wolverine, 7th. Very strange account, underrated. Denekis joined late, as well as Jeroen and Jan Hersky with 2 wins. Asterbate, our hero, of course, finishing in 14th place with a win. You did get 1 win, Asterbate. No draw offers. Alright, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. The next stream will be Thursday. So we're hosting, as usual, analysis stream on Thursday. Thanks for those of you who did donate to support the World Senior Fund. 4.5 weeks to go. So this is important training games for me. I do usually analyze these games. Generally, we do get some good games in this time control. So I think it's worthwhile. But it's fast enough that it's also kind of fun. Anyway, guys, all right, have a great night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support from Saxite Draw, Gypsy, and Mr. Coffee for being here. being a mod. Jeroen, of course. And everybody, Move 11. Thanks for being a anonymous watcher. Good job. You did really well with anonymous watching tonight, Move 11. I'm proud of you. Excellent. The highest marks for anonymous watching. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Don't forget, if you're a subscriber, you can submit a game for our Thursday night game analysis stream. And I'll see you guys then. On behalf of Pawnda, don't eat your pets. Please don't eat the pets. Bye-bye.